We're back for our daily MLB Best Bets here for Monday, April 21st. Not all teams playing today. I believe only 16 in Major League Baseball are going today, but we're going to give you our 5 best bets for these limited spots. Got some games I like. We're going to go 3 money lines today with the Washington Nationals not playing. Don't get me started on that team. I know they won the series in Colorado. I'm not satisfied with that. We'll get to that tomorrow. I'll save my anger with that another day. We're going to go 3 money lines, get with the no Nationals today, a Nerfy, and then a player prop like we usually do. Now, before we get into the video, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB best bets here on the channel. Later today, we'll have our NBA playoffs predictions. Only 2 games today in the NBA, but we're going to talk about both of those. Knicks and Pistons over in Madison Square Garden and in Denver, Colorado. We've got the Clippers and the Nuggets. Make sure to join us for that later today in about 4 hours here on the channel, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. Eastern time. Also, on Greedo Plays MMA, we've got our UFC Kansas City predictions. Ian Machado Gary and Carlos Prates in the main event this week from Kansas City. Make sure to check that out. That's going to be linked in the description down below. As we get on to the first of our 5 best bets for the MLB today. And I know what you're thinking. What are you doing? Yes, Chicago White Sox money line over the Boston Red Sox. Now, hear me out, guys. Hear me out. The best bet for this game is actually not the money line. I have it on the screen because we use the same template for all games. The best bet here is plus 2.5 for the White Sox. However, we are also sprinkling on the money line. So deal with that how you want in terms of units. Make sure you're covered with plus 2.5 is all I'm going to say. I believe plus 2.5 is about minus 120, minus 115. So I don't mind it. Honestly, I don't at all. I think it's a decent price. You look at what the Chicago White Sox have done. I get it. They're a 5-16 team. There's not many teams in the league that they are better than. I'd say probably just the Colorado Rockies, who snapped their 9-game losing streak, of course, to the Washington Nationals. Antonio Senzatella goes 6 one-run innings. Nice. 18 straight innings without an extra base knock. Way to go, Darnell Coles. You're great. Anyways, the White Sox have won 5 games this season. They've played the Red Sox 3 times already in this series, losing the first 2 games. But okay, the first game blowout, whatever. Second game, only lose by 1 in extras over at Fenway. Then yesterday, they win 8-4. Now, today's Patriots Day, so that's why the Red Sox and White Sox are playing at, I believe, 8 o'clock. Yes, 8 o'clock on the West Coast, 11:10 on the East Coast. I don't mind the matchup, though. Hear me out. I really don't think it's all that bad. It's the second time these 2 teams have played this season in terms of series, and believe it or not, they're split so far in the year. So I think given the price and given the value, this is not the worst play. Guys, the Red Sox and White Sox are 3-3 this season. The first series in Chicago, the White Sox won it, winning 2 out of 3. This series, sure, it's 2-1 right now, Red Sox, but the White Sox can even things up here, and I'm probably the only, and I mean only, Jonathan Cannon truther out there. I actually think Cannon's pretty solid. I know he's been pretty rough this season already. He's 24 years old, regardless, still very young. He's not that bad. I think Cannon can give us some work today. And I'm looking at the Red Sox this season. I know they went on their little 4-game winning streak, winning in Tampa or in Florida against the Rays, and then winning the first 2 against the White Sox here. I'm not sold, guys. I'm really not. This team, just look at their bats. Yeah, Bregman's been really good this year, but Duran and Devers have still just been mid. If we get Casas stay in the lineup, he hasn't been great. I don't know. Again, Bregman's good. Abreu's been playing well. There's some good bats in this lineup. Rafael's just been okay. Christian Campbell's actually been really good. Rookie, obviously, for the Sox. I don't think it's a horrible matchup. But then I look at who the Red Sox are pitching today. It's Walker Buehler, who again, free agent this year, first year with the Red Sox. I expect him to be decent here, but Buehler really hasn't had a good outing yet. Actually, no, he's had 1. Against the Blue Jays, he was good. Goes 6 1/3, gives up 4 hits and 1 run. Other than that, he hasn't really had a great game. The first 2 starts were really rough against both the Rangers and the Cardinals, going 4 1/3 and 5 innings respectively in both those games and giving up 9 combined runs in those starts. And this last start in Florida against the Rays goes 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 homer. The walks haven't been that big of an issue until that Rays game where he walked 3 guys. I think the White Sox are able to stay competitive in this game. So again, the best bet here is plus 2.5 White Sox. I'm going to take the money line though as well. I am. I get it. You look in this lineup and it's just, it's Maton, Benintendi, Robert, Matt Thaiss, Adam Vaughn, Sosa, it's just Miguel Vargas, Amaya. Yeah, none of these guys are going to really pop off the page. Michael A. Taylor is on this team too. They've been decent against the against the Red Sox this season, guys. This is their final game these two teams are playing this year, and this is to determine who wins the season series. I'm taking the White Sox to win the season series, and I think for the value, guys, it's way too good to pass up on, right? You look at these games that these two teams have played this year, there has been a total of one game all year long where the White Sox have not covered plus 2.5 against the Red Sox. It was the first game of this 4-game set here at Fenway. They lost 10-3. The other 5 games, it was an 11-1 victory for the White Sox, a 3-2 win for the White Sox, a 3-1 win for the Red Sox, again that 10-3 loss for the White Sox, but then a 4-3 win for the Red Sox and an 8-4 win for the White Sox. They've covered this line in 5 out of the 6 meetings so far. I think they should be able to do it again today, and I think with Walker Buehler on the mound, I'm taking the White Sox to outright win the baseball game, all right? Again, I'm a Jonathan Cannon truther. Let's get it done. White Sox in Boston on Patriots Day. They beat the Red Sox. We're taking the crazy money line play here of plus 230 for the Chicago White Sox at Fenway Park. Let's move on to our next game. We go to a more normal line, but here it is. The New York Yankees taking on the Cleveland Guardians. I'm going with the Yankees money line here. Back-to-back road teams. Yeah, I'm going with the Yankees to beat the Guards. Watched the Guardians yesterday. We had them obviously against the Pittsburgh Pirates. That one was difficult. They ended up winning because the Pirates bats, choked in the bottom of the 10th and didn't do anything. That's fine. Emmanuel Clase, my goodness, is he having a rough year, right? I mean, Clase's ERA is 7.84 now. That's, yikes. The Guardians find a way to win. Stephen Kwan goes yard, I believe, in the third inning it was. J-Ram does his thing, obviously. Manzardo had a home run and whatnot. But a difficult game for the Guardians. They got out of it. I'm not sold again with Clase. I don't think he's pitching today, obviously. I don't know. The Guardians are good. I'll give them that. I think the Yankees are playing better baseball right now, and I get it. Again, the Guards are coming off a sweep. I think who's due to play better today, I do think it's New York, personally. And I like the pitching matchup. I see Clark Schmidt, Gavin Williams. I mean, two guys who are going to give up runs. We know that. I think Clark Schmidt's actually having a better season so far. I understand, again, he's only pitched one game. I've liked that one game more than what we've gotten all year long out of Gavin Williams. Gavin Williams, high walk rate. Sure, he's going to get you outs, but at the same time, teams are going to hit him up. And at the same time, again, it's the Yankees. This lineup is going to smash pitching like this. At Progressive Field in Cleveland, obviously, right? Rematch of the American League Championship Series last year. The Yankees bats have been very off and on this year, right? I mean, yesterday they're coming off that win in Florida against the Rays, that odd one where, the no-hitter gets taken away from Max Fried 2.5 innings after it actually occurred. Regardless, though, I mean, you look at the guys who are, batting at the top of this order. Trent Grisham's in the 320s. Aaron Judge is, having another MVP season. He's batting 390. Paul Goldschmidt's been great. And sure, again, they're still waiting out of great production out of guys like Cody Bellinger and like Jazz Chisholm, but Bellinger goes yard yesterday. Jazz Chisholm still arguing balls and strikes after the game. But regardless, this team's been pretty decent this year. I'd say better than decent. This team's been good, the Yankees have. And again, I don't mind the pitching matchup tonight, Clark Schmidt versus Gavin Williams. I mean, I think both these guys are going to give up runs. I do think Clark Schmidt's slightly better personally. Because Williams is going to give up the free pass, and sure, Schmidt will too, but Gavin Williams is going to give up the free pass, and I tend to favor the Yankees bats over the Guards bats. Again, the Guardians have guys, don't get me wrong. I'm looking at Stephen Kwan, I'm looking at J-Ram, I'm looking at Manzardo, I'm looking at even Carlos Santana, but other than that, man, they're kind of a weak lineup, let's just be honest, and I expect the Yankees to be a lot better than them offensively today, and I think New York will win the baseball game. Again, it's all about matchups, it's all about who's playing better right now, and yeah, the Guardians swept the Pirates, but we know that Pirates team has got awful, right? They're horrible. I know they beat the Nationals 3 out of 4 games, which again, just pains me to say, but good teams like the Guardians are going to do that to the Pittsburgh Pirates. I just think the Yankees are a better team, right? I mean, I believe New York, I think they have the best record in the American League right now at 14-8, which feels like a joke because you look at the absolute bloodbath that's going on in the National League. I mean, the Arizona Diamondbacks are, 5 games over, and they're sitting in the last wild card spot right now. It's ridiculous. The Phillies are 13-9, and they're not even in the playoffs right now. Again, we are 22 games into the season, but you just got to think about that, like the difference between the American League and the National League right now. Regardless, I think the Yankees are one of the better teams in the AL, right? You add pitching like a guy like Max Fried. I mean, if he continues to pitch this way all year long, my goodness, are the Yankees a problem? 100%, right? They're one of the best teams in the league. And I think they get this Guardians team, which is good. They're not better than the Tigers, I don't think, but I do think the Yankees get Cleveland today. I'm siding with Clark Schmidt and the guys. I expect Aaron Judge to continue his hot hitting ways. I'm taking the New York Yankees to go to Progressive Field and beat the Cleveland Guardians. Let's go on to our third best bet of the video. We move now to Miami, Florida, as we have the Cincinnati Reds versus the Miami Marlins. We're sticking with the theme of taking road teams today, and obviously that's where you can likely hunt for the best value. With teams on the road, obviously. And I'm going to take the minus 135 here for the Cincinnati Reds. You might look at this game and say, okay, this feels like a letdown spot for Cincinnati. 100%. They scored 24 runs yesterday. Yeah, they scored 24 runs in a 24-2 victory over the Baltimore Orioles. You know who the Washington Nationals play next, guys? The Baltimore Orioles. I'm telling you right now, the Nats, watch them get shut out by Dean Creamer and the guys from Baltimore tomorrow night. Just watch it happen. Just watch it happen after they give up 24 runs. And unfortunately, we don't get to see Charlie Morton on the mound. I mean, that dinosaur has been horrible this season. Anyways, we'll save the Orioles talk for tomorrow. What we can talk about is what the Cincinnati Reds did yesterday. Now, I understand. This will probably not happen again, right? I mean, okay, let's just read some of these lines yesterday, okay? The most impressive are Austin Hayes, who goes 4 for 6 yesterday, bringing his season batting average to 429. Mlb Marte goes 5 for 7. He's now batting 316 on the season. And the most impressive one of them all, shout out to Austin Wims, who goes 6 for 7 yesterday. Homers in the 9th inning against a position player. And he's now batting 455 on the year. Austin Wims at 6 RBI. And Mlb Marte had 7. Oh my God. The Reds were dogs, and obviously they cashed because Charlie Morton is one of the worst starting pitchers right now in the MLB. Now, okay, is Austin Wynn going to continue to do that? No. Is Mlb Marte going to do that? No. All right. I do think, though, they're going to beat the Marlins. Guys, Miami's still not good. Nobody's telling me otherwise. I will give you the little spiel I always give you about the Marlins. They're a scrappy young bunch, okay? There's guys that you've never heard of on this team that are going to make big-time plays for them. Yesterday, the big star and hero was Javier Sanoja, okay? I'll be completely honest with you guys. Sanoja, the first time I ever really, took note of him was in that National Series. The guy's got blazing speed. The power isn't all the way there, but yesterday it was. Hits a home run to eventually win the game as a 3-run shot that put the Marlins ahead in that game and ultimately drove them to victory. So the 22-year-old Venezuelan, again, that guy might be a ball player. He's 5'7", 150, which is something. But shout out to bro, he's 5'7", 150 and in the major leagues. So yes, the Marlins are a scrappy young bunch. You're not going to know half the guys in this team. Wagman's batting second now, I think. Connor Norby is in the 3 spot. You got Stowers, Dane Myers is back, Otto Lopez. It's just one of these squads, like, who's playing today? Now, today we get a great pitching matchup, okay? Max Meyer is probably the best pitcher on this Marlins squad. We look at how Sandy Alcantara pitched the other day against the Philadelphia Phillies. I think Meyer might be their best pitcher. 2.63 ERA in the season. He was the guy who went 6 1/3 against the Mets in their victory on April 9th and, gave them the win. His last start is a little rough, but, we know how good the Diamondbacks bats can be. Hell, they scored 10 runs in 1 inning, and, of course, they still lost the game. We had him that game, and they ended up losing after scoring 10 runs in 1 inning. It's just ridiculous. Regardless, that's a good lineup he faced in his last start. Goes 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. Whatever. 8 strikeouts. We know that's there. Just gave up the long ball twice. It is what it is. So I know Mayer's good. I know that. But at the same time, the Reds are pitching Nick Lodolo. Guys, their southpaw is very solid. I'd argue he's having an even better season than Mayer is. Yeah, the strikeout numbers aren't there, but Lodolo has been really good. His last start wasn't great against the Mariners, which sucks because of the Mariners, but goes 6 shutout innings against the Giants. We know how dangerous that team can be sometimes. And that was a 1-0 victory for Cincinnati. Lodolo's been good all year, man. ERA of 2.31, whip 0.81. It's the 5th best whip in all of baseball right now. That will play. Yeah, strikeout numbers aren't there, but Lodolo is a pitch to contact type guy, and he's going to force off contact. Coming off the paternity list here, so that's great. I think we see a good start tonight. And I think when we look at this Marlins lineup, again, on paper, are you going to look at, oh, Xavier Edwards is their best guy. Connor Norby's batting in the 3 spot. I'm not going to try to break down this lineup because they just don't make sense, right? The way the Marlins play, they get a guy on first. More times than not, they're going to try to bunt that guy over to second. If they somehow get first and second, they're going to bunt that guy over as well to get second and third. That's just how they play. They play small ball the entire game. Yes, the Marlins are a frustrating bunch to watch. I just don't know how many base runners they're going to get on. Obviously, again, they do have the style to beat Lodolo, right? Pitch to contact type of guy, put the ball in play, good things happen. I think Lodolo is able to shut them down. I think the Reds at least carry something over from their 24-run performance yesterday into this game, and I'm expecting the Cincinnati Reds to win here at Lone Depot Park in South Beach in Miami, Florida. I'm taking Reds money line today over Miami, minus 135 in the line. Give me the Reds. Next up, we go to our best player prop of the day, and we're looking at Polar Bear Pete Alonso today. Why? It's because his matchup today, pitching for the Philadelphia Phillies in Queens, it's going to be Aaron Nola. Now, this is a rematch of the National League Divisional Series last year. Obviously, the Mets won that series in 4 against the Phillies. Nola's having a rough season so far. Aaron Nola 0-4 this year with the Phillies. He has lost every single start that he's had, and that's including the Washington Nationals, where he gave up 5 runs. Shout out to Aaron Nola. Let Josh Bell go yard on him. Anyways, Nola's got a 6.65 ERA this year. 0-4 this year at the Phils. And now you got to take on the Mets. I'm not going to try to tell you the Mets are the best offense. They'll have their nights. And I have, said what I need to say about Juan Soto. I think Soto has actually been better since, I kind of, said he was just mid. Which it is what it is. I do think, hey, guys, you're watching the way Dylan Cruz is playing baseball right now. Dylan Cruz is better than Juan Soto. I'm not even joking. Dylan Cruz is a much better baseball player all around. By the way, Juan Soto is going to be a DH in 3 seasons. Or learn how to play first base, buddy. I don't know. Regardless, Polar Bear Pete Alonso has some serious ownage against Aaron Nola. So that's why we're going with over 1.5 total bases. Now, yesterday we had over 1.5 total bases on Bryce Harper. His first, the first at-bat that he got in that game, double we hit on the first at-bat. Great, okay. I think Pete Alonso might do this in the first at-bat as well. Now, I know, again, Alonso's kind of going viral right now for his, little running formation that he had rounding second to third. I'm sure you've seen it. If not, just look up Pete Alonso running. It's ridiculous. He looks like a cartoon character. But anyways, Pete Alonso career-wise against Aaron Nola, 52 total at-bats. He's 17 for 52. That comes out to 327 average. 3 doubles, but also 6 home runs in that span. Yeah. Nola will strike him out, sure. But Pete Alonso has really dominated this matchup in his career against Aaron Nola. He has. And I expect him to do that again today. I expect Alonso to likely go yard. The safer play, though, 100% is just the over on total bases. Because, yeah, you go home run, then you're relying on, obviously, the deep shot, and that's probably, like, what, plus 350, probably plus 400 maybe if you're lucky. This, again, we're still getting plus money. We're getting plus 145. There's multiple ways we can get this. I say this all the time with the over 1.5 total bases. We can get this with 2 singles, and that doesn't need to just come off of Aaron Nola, obviously. That can come off the Phillies bullpen as well. Or we can get a double, which Alonso has gotten against Nola in the past. And obviously the home run is there. Yeah, triple too, but who cares, right? I mean, the home run is likely the easiest pathway for Alonso. But again, 2-base knocks does it. Double does it. You want to look at his matchups against the Phillies bullpen. I mean, maybe you'll see Matt Strom in this game. He hasn't been great against Strom career-wise, 0 for 8. Let's hope Strom doesn't come out. Jordan Romano, Alonso's 1 for 1. Jose Alvarado, Alonso's 2 for 7 with the home run. I mean, there's favorable matchups in this bullpen. Orion Kirkring, 2 for 6 with a double. There's guys in this bullpen that are going to favor an Alonso matchup. The one that, again, we are not looking forward to if it happens is Matt Strom. That's likely an automatic out, right? Alonso, 9 total plate appearances against Matt Strom, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and then 4 other outs. So we're hoping we don't see Matt Strom, the lefty, but Aaron Nola, again, a very favorable matchup for Alonso, the best matchup that he has against this entire Phillies pitching staff. I mean, again, don't want to get too deep into comparing other matchups. We look at a guy who used to play on the Miami Marlins, Jesus Luzardo. Guys, Alonso's 2 for 22 against that guy. But against Nola, he has seen Aaron Nola very well throughout his career. And on top of that, right, Nola has been just mid. Actually, he's been bad this year. So it's a spot where the Mets should probably win. But I think the best bet from this exact game at Citi Field in Queens is Pete Alonso over total bases. I expect him to smash Aaron Nola in this spot. I think we get in the first inning personally. I really think we do. Again, I don't mind Mets money line either. It's Tyler McGill versus Aaron Nola. Again, the Mets should probably win this baseball game, but I try not to pick the Mets when it's not needed because I hate this team with almost everything I have. I hate the New York Mets, man. They annoy me so much. And it annoys me that Pete Alonso should be a Washington National right now. He should be our designated hitter. Yet I have to watch Josh Bell, who big fan of the guy, but man, I gotta watch Josh Bell bat 128 for my baseball team in the 4th spot instead of Pete Alonso. Oh man. Don't spend money, Mark Lerner. Don't spend. You know, we want to be bad for forever. Great. Let's move on to our 5th best bet of the day. We go to our Nerfy of the day. We're going Cardinals Braves Nerfy. Eric Fedde versus Spencer Schwellenbach tonight. I think we get this. I was surprised the odds were like this, honestly, minus 120. I was expecting a minus 130-ish, potentially minus 135 for the Nerfy in this game, but I'll take this. Guys, these are 2 decent pitchers. I know Schwellenbach got roughed up in his last start against the Blue Jays. Actually really got roughed up. Goes 4 2/3, 6 hits, 6 runs, 2 home runs. That's bad. But his 3 previous starts, really good. Padres start, 6 innings, no runs. Marlins start, 8 innings, no runs. Phillies start, 6 innings, 7 hits, but only 1 run, right? Schwellenbach, with the exception of that startup in Canada, he's been good. So in America this year, Schwellenbach's been great. You look at Eric Fedde, former Washington Nationals pitcher, obviously just changed his career after leaving Washington, just like Spider-Man over in Texas, Patrick Corbin, who's starting in Sacramento tomorrow. Anyways, Fedde so far this year, ERA 3.43, that'll play. Last start wasn't great against the No, actually, it wasn't a bad start. 6 hits in 6 innings, 1 run against the Stros. Start prior to that against the Pittsburgh Pirates was great. 6 innings, 0 hits, 0 runs, 4 walks. And that's likely, and that's always been the thing with Eric Fedde, right? Watching him in DC, the command has always been kind of an issue for the man I used to, nickname Fettuccine. And the Cardinals have lost 4 games in a row, right? They go to Queens, they get swept, just great. But anyways, we don't really care about anything past the first inning in this game. We don't, right? We just need 3 outs. So we're looking at the matchups here. I guess we'll start with Eric Fedde. We'll look at Eric Fedde's matchups in the bottom half of the inning. Alex Verdugo's been swinging the bat well. I assume he's going to be in the leadoff spot. We're going to get a guy like Austin Riley and Marcell Ozuna from the Braves. Okay, again, some talented bats. The Braves are going to get together. They scored 2 runs in the first inning yesterday off of Joe Ryan and the Minnesota Twins. Okay, I mean, the Braves are still an 8-13 team. The Nationals actually still have a better record than the Squad, so let's just all sit here and laugh at the Atlanta Braves. But yeah, I think we're okay with Fettuccine. Again, what really is going to hurt us is going to be the walks. Against guys who can walk a lot, I'm talking about Ozuna and Olsen. I mean, these guys are going to take pitches. The OBPs are fairly high for both these guys. I mean, you're looking at a guy like Verdugo and Riley. I mean, those guys don't walk as much as Olsen and Ozuna do. But if Eric Fedde can stay in the strike zone and not, again, walk guys, I think we're going to be okay here. We look at our other side of things here at Spencer Schwellenbach. I actually think we're really fine here. Brandon Donovan's having a good season. Lars Nootbaar's been all right. I fully expect Schwellenbach to get the outs, right? I mean, I think the top of the inning is going to be a cakewalk, personally. I don't trust what the Cardinals bats have. I watched quite a bit of their series against the Mets. Sure, they'll have their innings, right? Donovan's usually their spark for the most part. Nootbaar can get things going as well. And sure, their top of the order is much better than their bottom. I mean, guys, I like Nolan Gorman. I think I hope he's going to be a good baseball player one day, or a really good baseball player. He's just, again, him, Jordan Walker's big strikeout guy. Burleson's okay. Contreras having a rough start to the year. The mid to bottom of this Cardinals lineup is kind of frustrating to watch. And they're a god-awful team on the road, by the way. The Cardinals are 1-9 this season on the road. Now here they are at Truist Park in Atlanta. Again, we don't care about anything that happens in this game post-first inning. But I do think Schwellenbach, who, with the exception of that 1 start in Ontario, has been great. ERA's 2, gave up 6 runs in that last start. We're okay. And Eric Fedde, again, has shown great signs this year as well. Again, I think Schwellenbach will be able to get Nootbaar, Donovan, Contreras, and company. We'll be okay in this spot. And I do think Schwellenbach is going to be able to shut down I think Fedde's going to be fine. I think Schwellenbach, obviously, is going to be fine with Nootbaar, Donovan, and Contreras. I think I flipped the names there. Regardless, I'm okay with the spot Nerfy at minus 120. Again, I was surprised it was at this line. I thought we were going to get something like, minus 135 for this. But we'll take it. Give me 6 outs. Spencer Schwellenbach and Eric Fettuccine. Cardinals and Braves over in Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. If anyone's going to score, it's going to be Atlanta. Let's just be honest, right? Schwellenbach's been better than Fedde this year. And on top of that, right, the Cardinals are just a god-awful road team. They just got swept in 4 games by the Mets. But at some point, you got to think they got to turn it around, right? Are they really going to lose 5 in a row? Who knows? That's why we're not betting the money line. Give me the Nerfy -120 here in Atlanta between the Cardinals and the Braves. So folks, thank y'all for watching our MLB Best Bets here on April 21st. If you have not yet though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and make sure to leave a like. If you are enjoying the daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel, make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. We'll be back tomorrow for more daily MLB Best Bets, and later today in 4 hours for NBA playoffs predictions and best bets. Make sure to join us for that. Check out Greedo Plays MMA down in the description down below. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba